A very good evening. It's a rainy evening here in Colombo at the CRNFC grounds here in Longdon Place. We are back for the Dialog Interclub Rugby Tournament 2019-2020 once again. It's a beautiful, it was a beautiful day in the morning, but as usual in Colombo these days, it has started pelting down here at the CRNFC grounds. Police will play their first match against CRNFC in the Dialog Rugby League 2019-2020, coming to you live on the papre.com and Dialog TV Channel 1 from Longdon Place here in Colombo 7. And joining me on the commentary box for this match is Abdullah Yusuf. Good evening, Abdullah.
Yes, good evening, Dino. Good evening, everyone at home. We are greeted here at Longdon Place by a really wet outfield. The rain is still pouring in, but nonetheless, I think we can expect a very evenly keen contest between two teams that will want to try and put in a good performance in their first outing in this Dialog season for 2019-2020. CRNFC, of course, have done a tremendous amount of recruitment during the off-season. As we have a look at the weather forecast. The temperature is way below down the 29 Celsius now. It's rather chilly at this moment, but the heavens have opened and we've been greeted with some showers. So it'll be interesting to see both teams, how they adapt to these conditions. It's going to be crucial in the final outcome of this game. We saw yesterday's match against the CHN Army. I don't think both teams quite adjusted their games to suit the conditions, and both teams for today's games will need to keep that in mind when they execute their plans. Their kicking game will have to be accurate. It will be a big weapon in these conditions if it's used properly. And no doubt two experienced coaches, Dilshan for CRNFC and Saranga Rodrigo coaching Police Sports Club will definitely have worked out on their tactics and given instructions to their players on how they need to execute their plans. So I think that's going to be very crucial in how this game turns out today.
Yeah, exactly, Abdullah. And just talking about history of these two clubs, CRNFC finished last year at 4th place, and Police finishing 7th with 5 wins, and CR winning only 8 games. Had a cracking lineup last time. Also, a lot of preseason build-up this time as well. We'll talk about CRNFC first. Like you said, a lot of preseason recruitment, but there are a few names that you will see in the CR side, and also that you see a few names that are missing. For example, if you see Kavindu Casta has been there forever in the CR team. Skipper Malka Ratner, Supunwarna Kulasurya had a few seasons there. Experience coming in the form of Shara Fernando. Dinuk Amarasinghe will strengthen that center midfield combination with Janindu Dilshan after the move of Tarinder Ratwat. But it looks an exciting lineup, isn't it, CRNFC?
Yes, it's a lineup that's brimming with talent. It's just a matter of getting their cohesion together. And if they can do that, I don't see any reason why they can't go all the way. I think they have got good squad depth as well. You have guys like Rahul De Silva coming off the bench and who can make an impact later on in the game. So I think this year CRNFC will definitely be in with a shout. But again, they've just got to get their tactics, they've got to get their cohesion, and they've just got to ensure that their key players stay on the field as far as possible during this season.
Police, by finishing 7th last season, will have the luxury of having their Fijian back, Vani, Vasa, who will play at fly half. And also there is some exciting talent there as well. Janit Chandimal, Iroshan Silva, the skipper. We saw glimpses of them. Adisha Handun Patirana is in there. Vagisha Veerasinghe is in there. So there are a few talented players in that Police lineup. Shan Akila, who was a promising player for St. Joseph's College, has turned up in Police colours. And again, they have built a decent squad. Angharad Rodrigo as the coach. He will have a lot to do this season, maybe just to finish better than 7th last season.
Yes, I think if they try and target the top 4 position, I don't think you'd be too surprised, because they have got Vunisova, who was outstanding for them last season as well, back in their ranks. So they will be the Police team will expect a lot from him, but at the same time, I don't think they should expect him to do everything. If their forwards can just create a bit of front football and create a bit of space for Vunisova to do that, to do his thing, then I think he can be a real threat. At the same time, I think that matchup between Vunisova and the center combination of Janindu Dilshan and Dino Singh, I think that could be a crucial part in today's game. And what an exciting center combination that will be for Sia.
Yeah, not only for Sia, if it works well, it could go all the way up until Sri Lanka, because these two are young centers and have a lot of promise as we have wait till the both teams to come out. CRNFC taking on Police here at Longdon Place just before kickoff. We'll go into a commercial break and come back on the papre.com live. Welcome back. CRNFC have just run out to their home grounds here at Longdon Place for the first time this season, and it's started raining more. Here's the CRNFC outfit. Udara Gayan, Supun Varnakula Surya, Himanta Hirushan will complete that front row in 1, 2 and 3. Sharu Fernando, the experienced, has crossed over from Park Club to CRNFC. Pandu Kangamana, a big unit as well. Rishit Kavanjana, Joel Pereira and skipper Omalka Gunaratna will complete the forward 8. Kavindu Di Costa experience at 9. Chanaka Chandimal again experience at 10. Then young talent unleashes of CRNFC through Dino Singh, Janindu Dilshan, Gamunu Chetia, and again you see most experienced 14 and 15 in this country, Sandhu Nerat and Ariza Mubarak. And the replacement Saranga Jaya, Manamendra, Dilshan, Pereira, De Silva, Dhananjaya and Veerakon will complete the 23 for CRNFC today. Just before kickoff, we'll run through the Police Sports Club as well. Lahiru Pavitra, Risit Silva, Danushka Ediri Surya will be the front row. Nisal Samadhi and Mohan Vimala Ratna in 4 and 5. Udara Surya Perma Vagisha Veerasinghe, the young boy from Isipatana, and Udaya Sanjula will complete the 8. Kasun Suranga, Imosi Vunivosa, Janit Chanaka, Vihanga Pavitru, Eroshan Silva, Janit Chandimal and Sachit Silva will complete the starting 15.
So two teams brimming with some exciting talent. Again, just got to reiterate how well teams adapt to these conditions is going to be crucial as we have a look at the match officials. Priyantha Gunaratna will handle the game and be supported by Hasanta Veranga and Ravin De Silva. And as with the kickoff, as we're just talking about the wet conditions, immediately the ball is knocked on by CRNFC. Players will have to just keep it in their mind. It's going to be a wet ball, soggy underground conditions, and they've just got to adapt to those conditions as this game goes on.
Yeah, interesting kick as well, Vunivosa. I don't think he had the elevation there to kick it in the air. And a great opportunity for Police here first up.
Yes, it's interesting to see that the Police have Vunivosa lined up in the fly half position. So let's see what they have worked out.
Here's Vunivosa giving it out wide, looking for opportunities, trying to show and go into contact. Is Eroshan Silva, the skipper, first touch for him in this season. Now Police. Here is Suranga once again. Spinning this out wide, not trying to play close, though the conditions are not favouring for running rugby. Ariza Mubarak experience enough to call mark inside the 22. But there'll be a penalty coming for police.
Yes, I think the CR player, one of the CR defenders, was guilty of tackling the player without the ball right in front of referee Gunnar Ratner, and he had no choice but to award the penalty. So an interesting decision. Will police go for the post or will they go for touch? And looks like they will go for touch. Jani Chandimal signals to the post. It's well within his reach. The only thing, it's going to be a very heavy ball considering the rain and the wet conditions. So it'll be interesting to see whether he'll be able to get the distance. It's dead in front of the post. Slight angle if at all. Just around 38 meters from the goal line. Chandimal gathers his composure, lines his target up.
Couple of steps, good strike, comes in nice in between the posts. And police put up 3 points and they kick off their campaign with a successful penalty off the boot of Jani Chandimal.
It's just the start that police would have wanted. Just 3 minutes into the game and they're up 3 points. So that's the first points for Police Sports Club in this Dialog Rugby season. Courtesy of the boot of Jani Chandimal.
Ariza Mubarak has taken kicking duties at Sia. And switches direction straight away. Wind bringing the ball back as police will take no risks and put the ball back into the Sia half. Mubarak again takes the ball. Every touch of Sia has been through Ariza Mubarak so far. And it's holding on. What pressure there by police. They saw Mubarak isolated at the back and then came barging in.
I think the CR forwards needed to have anticipated a bit better what was happening there. They were very slow to regroup and lend any support to Ariza. And as a result, another opportunity for Chandimal to extend this lead further. Pretty much the same distance of that first kick. Maybe a couple of meters behind the original mark. But I think Chandimal will fancy his chances in this game, with this kick rather. Struck the earlier one extremely well. Give police a tremendous boost if he can get this over.
Yeah, it'll take them again, has the distance but not the direction this time, pushing off that right post. Sia will be relieved of that. And it'll be a 22-meter restart. For Ariza once again. Again, the conditions underfoot is not giving that luxury. And that's a good tackle there by Sandun Herat. A seasoned campaigner on the wing for CRNFC. Here's police now trying to pick and drive through Danushka Edirisuriya. Trying to look for a box kick now, Saranga. The kick is good again, going in the air. Good collection by Kavindu Di Costa. Calls for mark inside the 22.
Yes, it's good to see Kavindu back in CCR jersey. Missed most of last season with an injury, but has fought his way back to start ahead of Rahul De Silva, who will come off the bench. So reasonably good touch finder, puts play back in Police's half. I think the territorial game today, Dinuk, is going to be crucial from both teams. You wouldn't want to be playing too much rugby in your own half in these conditions. So they need to be mindful of that and execute accordingly.
Yeah, exactly, Abdel. And Police have been winning the territorial battle so far. Have kept Sia pinned inside their own half. This is the, again, a Police line out. Get that nice and clean in front. And once again, they'll go to their forwards this time. Through Udaya Sanjula now taking the ball into contact for Police. They're gaining a bit of confidence to run the ball at CRNFC. Saranga now comes out. Here's Vonivosa. That's a bad pass into touch. Will give an opportunity now for Sia. Sia taking it quickly. Referee stopping play though.
So again, it just shows how difficult it's going to be to run the ball in these conditions. Vunisova just taking the ball relatively flat. Nothing much happening, just slung the ball out, but there was no oncoming runners as such. The ball just sliding over the touchline. So an opportunity for CRNFC. They can just get some good line-out ball here. A driving ball will be an option, but they've got to win the line-out ball first. The ball is turned over. And Police again spread the ball out wide, but again, wet conditions.
For once, Police trying to use the width, and Sia have run on top of that, and they will recover ball, and a quick chip behind by Kavin Di Costa. It's a foot race here. Ball still in play, but eventually touched down by the Police player. Referee Gunaratna will have a chat with Veranga. It'll be an interesting conversation. Unfortunately, we will not be able to bring you what they are speaking there, but I think Police have touched it down and taken back, so there'll be a Sia scrum.
It's a wonderful bit of vision by Kavindu as well. Off turnover ball, Police did not have anyone at the back, identified the space and just punted it over for his chasers, and now a great opportunity for CRNFC to get their first points on the board. 5-meter scrum. Dino Kamarasinghe moving to that first receiver position. So will they look to use his physicality to try and barge over? It's a good options to have. You have Omarka Gunaratna, who can do a lot of damage from the base of the scrum as well. So it's decision time for CRNFC, and if they can make this correct decision while keeping the Police defense in two minds as to which way they are going to go, could be a break on the right hand side by Omalka, or just a straight hard run by Dino Kamarasinghe on the open side.
Costa feeding in now. I think it'll come out to Dino Kamarasinghe. Costa looking for a flat pass here. He gets it. He takes two players, twists and turns, and takes another before going into contact. Very close to the try line. Here's Gunaratna. Has he touched down? Held up, says referee Priyantha Gunaratna. So it'll be another scrum for CRNFC. That was inches close.
Yeah, but again, Dinuk just showing his brute strength on that occasion. Bursting a couple of tackles, some desperate defense, just keeping Police in the game on that occasion. Omalka held up over the try line. Another great attacking opportunity. So this time they've changed tactics a little bit. Chandimal moving to his more accustomed first receiver position. CRNFC collapsing. That was a really good scrum by the CRNFC, tight 5. Referee Gunaratne has his hand out for penalty. Advantage is being played. CRNFC will look to use the pick and go from this situation, just about 3 meters away from their try line. Another pick and go. Just got to be very patient in these situations. Police defense holding their fort thus far.
Skipper Gunaratne just standing outside the ruck. There's a couple of players. Here's Casta. Casta trying to step off one and goes into contact. Again, pick and drive this time through Joel Pereira. Himanta Hirushan now taking the ball into contact. Sia, police pushing them back every time they get into contact. Sia looking for opportunities. Referee will come back for the initial infringement under the post for a penalty of that scrum. Sandhu Nerat comes running with the ball, but not his day to tap and run. Go for another scrum. CRNFC.
Yes, I think got to give credit to both teams on that occasion. I thought CR did well to just stay patient, not try and force the issue in these conditions. A lot of credit to police as well. I thought the defense on the try line was very good. But CRNFC with another opportunity, another 5-meter scrum. Just thought in that last scrum, Dinuk, they got a bit of ascendancy. They managed to draw the penalty. If they can just get a slight wheel for Omalka on the open side, where they can just wheel it in such a way that the police blindside flanker will be covered. They'll just give Omalka enough space to barge over, and you know from that kind of distance, if he gets a bit of a start, he's going to be very hard to stop.
Again, Sia just pushing in again. This time police push them back, but referee will call for another reset of the scrum. CRNFC ball. The conditions will even things up, isn't it? Even though you have a higher pack weight, your grip is not that good. I saw one Sia dominating. This time Sia got the start, but police push back. Sia have got a new forwards coach. I think one of the most experienced front rows that Sri Lanka have ever had through Kishore Jehan. He knows one or two things of scrummaging for sure, and in these conditions, he's been playing his rugby up in Kandy. Most of the year, you will get conditions like this. Again, turnover ball by police. And they're kicking this out wide. Gamunu Chetia chasing this back. First touch for him. Looking for opportunities now. Chetia running across field. The tackle has been made. Here's Casta. Off to Chandimal. Chandimal gives it to Dilshan. Dangerous player, Janindu Dilshan. Recognizes space so well. And referee plays on as police kick again to Chanaka Chandimal, who throws this out wide to centre field. Off to Dino Kumara now. Goes into contact. Dino Kumara. Yes, Kavindu Di Costa now to Sharo Fernando, who goes into contact again. Takes a couple of plays to bring him down. Kavindu off to Chandimal, and the big player, skipper Omalka Gunaratne, going into contact. Coming out wide again to Chandimal. Good hit on him. A lovely backhand pass there by Dino Kumara through the legs of Janindu Dilshan. He has Ariza Mubarak on the outside of him. Dilshan steps off one and keeps the tackle on the floor. Here's Ariza Mubarak now. Will slow things down to Panduka Angaman, who goes into contact. He's been brought to ground eventually. Ball pops off the scrum. Here's Chandimal once again, swinging it out wide to Sharo Fernando, and a good tackle again by police. Sandun Herat now. He breaks off one, breaks off another. Sandun Herat just brought down in the 22-meter mark. And it'll be a penalty for not releasing. CRNFC quickly taken by Gamunu Chetia. Chetia isolated, needs to buy some time until his support arrives, which it does in time. As Kavindu once again looking for options. Again twisting and turning and going into contact. Here's Kavindu. Off to Chandimal. Offside, says the referee.
Yes, I think the CR player collected the ball from the knock-on, but again, Sandun Herat, making his debut for CRNFC, already has had an impact. Police on that occasion just not releasing the ball, but you have to give a lot of credit to this defensive effort by Police thus far, Dino, especially close to their try line. Just a couple of phases ago, their scrum just counter drove CRNFC and thus managed to turn the ball over. And then, despite being under a lot of pressure, they managed just to maintain their defensive lines and force CRNFC to make the mistakes in these conditions. And CRNFC will be very disappointed that they couldn't add some points from those last two forays just on the CRNFC, on the Police goal line rather.
Yeah, the first time CR went into the Police quarter inside the 22 and were brought back now, brought back to the 40-meter mark. If you're watching this live, you can subscribe to our channel www.youtube.com/thepapre-official and stay updated on all the sporting activities that we bring live to you, and any sports, may it be cricket, rugby, basketball, football, volleyball, and everything behind the scenes is brought to you by thepapre.com, so you won't miss anything in Sri Lanka if you subscribe to thepapre.com on our YouTube channel. Police will have a lot of confidence, Abdullah, of their defensive performance.
Yeah, that's right. Now, on a couple of occasions, they were really under the pump on their goal line, but managed to show good discipline. That was the key, to just maintain their lines. Because in these conditions, it's going to be very hard to do ploys out wide and to throw the ball around. So you've got to ensure that your fringe defense is very, very strong. And the Police on that occasion just managed to do that and made Sia force the issue.
Nalini Kumara comes in as an injury replacement for the Police fly half, Vihanga Pivituru. Police now going into contact through Danushka Edrisurya, referee playing advantage.
Yes, I think there was a very clear infringement in that line out. I think one of the CR players tried to contest the ball in the air, right in front of referee Gunaratna's view. And as you can see, he's explaining to Omalka exactly what the infringement was. As we have a look at that once again. It was Joel Pereira on that occasion, just infringing with Police's line-out jumper in the air, which you are not allowed to do. Falls under the category of dangerous play. So CRNFC just conceding another penalty, but looks like Chandimal on that occasion hasn't managed to find touch. Now, this is not something which CR would want to do, but again, Janundu Dilshan just having enough guile to go over to make a few yards. Managed to recycle position once again. Again, that rush defense by Police and Police just putting CRNFC on the back foot. And a big run by Jayasekar on that occasion, but referee Gunaratna has his hand up for an infringement.
Here's Chandimal, a lovely inside ball to Joel Pereira. And now Casta will put ball to boot with the advantage in his favor. Referee says advantage over. So eventually he comes back. High tackle So it'll be a penalty for CRNFC. Be interesting option. Ariza, does he have the distance to go to post? Yes, but I'm sure he doesn't have the conditions in his favor, so he puts it out into touch just outside the 22-meter mark. You're watching the Dialog Club Rugby League for 2019-2020 coming to you live on the papre.com and Dialog TV Channel 1. 20 minutes on the clock in the third game of the season. 3 minutes to nil. Police leading against Sia here at Longdon Place as Supun Warnakulasuriya prepares for another line out. Was one of the breakthrough players in the season. The first time he played for Sia a couple of years back. Line out, not functioning well, but managed to get the clean ball of Omalka Gunaratna. And Sia now, good defensive effort there by Police, still pushing back Sia on contact. Here's Chandimal off to Mubarak. Going into contact is Omalka Gunaratna with Supun Warnakulasuriya and Sharo Fernando helping him to go into contact. Here's Casta. This is Gayan Jayasekara now going into contact. Pick and drive once again for CRNFC. Moving forward again just on the 22-meter mark. Sia. Here's Casta now. Off to Dilshan. Bouncing off a couple. Trying to keep it close now, Sia. They were throwing the ball out wide early in the early exchanges. Sharo Fernando, another experienced campaigner. Looking to the shorter side once again. A lovely catch and pass there by Ariza. Mubarak off to Sandun Herat. These two played together last season at Havelocks, so they'll have a lot of understanding between them. Yes, Chandimal. Chandimal looking for options. Police a player down. Looks like it's Vani Vasa who is down. Here's Casta trying to do a bit too much. Kavindudi Casta brought down safely by the tackler in the end. Here's Chanaka Chandimal now. Gives it to Janindu Dilshan. And he will score the first try of the season for CRNFC. So much patience with the forwards. And then Janindu Dilshan benefits Abdullah.
Absolutely, Dunaka. The key word there was the patience showed by CRNFC. They did not force the issue. They just attacked the fringes, managed to suck that Police defense in, and eventually slowly managed to make inroads. They managed to get over the gain line. And once they managed to do that, spaces were created outside, and that just resulted in Janindu Dilshan just having to just walk over the try line, really. Chandimal did very well to draw those defenders, and he had a couple of players outside him as well, but didn't need them. And Janindu will get the first score for CRNFC. So the conversion to come, which by Ariza standards should be a formality. And I think that score will definitely settle the nerves of CRNFC down.
It's on, and also Abdullah, a point about that deft touch of Ariza on that far corner. Not easy in these conditions. How silky and casual was that? A quick catch and pass and a lovely breakaway. That gave that moment, that second gave that extra time for Sandun Herat to motor about 20 meters on the outside.
Yeah, that's right. That's just the experience and the skill level of the player, isn't it? He's been around the circuit for a long time. A great addition to CRNFC's squad this year. No doubt as the season progresses, his services with his kicking boot will be crucial as it was for Havelocks last year. And I think CRNFC will definitely be very pleased with his presence back at the club. Police will be a bit disappointed despite their tremendous defensive efforts. It just shows that you can defend only so much. They need to try and out and spend a bit more time in CRNFC's half for the remainder of this first session.
Going into contact was Sharo Fernando. Went uncomfortably into contact. Penalty for holding on. But Sharo is down. He just held his head just before he fell properly on the ground to place the ball. And that would have given an extra couple of seconds for police to turn over that ball.
Yes, now this is the kind of mistakes that CR would not want to commit from the kickoff, isn't it? Again, just the CRNFC forwards not retreating from the kickoff to support the ball receiver, just making him isolated, and police defense was good enough to try and put pressure at the breakdown and win that penalty. So it's these kind of mistakes that CR just need to try and avoid. After having scored in these conditions, what you'd immediately want to do is get clean ball from the kickoff and just boot it down and just try and get back into police's half and take it from there, but it was not to be so.
Sharo Fernando, a tough man, stands up as police. They were successful, Abdullah, the time they spent in the early 10 minutes in the CR half. Got 3 points, got another opportunity, pushed off the right post. Here they are back again as the rain increases. As police now will throw into the line out through Lahiru Pavitra and goes in the air. To pluck that up is Mohan Vimal-Ratner. And straight away Mohan is down on the ground.
Yes, well, it'll be interesting to see whether there was actually an infringement at line-out time by CRNFC, or did the police carriers did not bring their jumper down safely. Looks like referee Gunaratne is going to rely on the information of his assistant referee on that occasion. If it's deemed that there was some illegal play by CRNFC, it could very well be a yellow card for them, because this is the second time there's been an infringement at line-out time by CRNFC. Yes, and it looks like it's Risit Kawanja, isn't it, Dino, who has been penalized. So we have a look at that once again. It's a bit tough to say whether there was actually an infringement there or whether it was more the fact that police lifters did not bring their jumper down safely. But nonetheless, CRNFC will be down to 14 players for the next 10 minutes. They will also have to contend with police's presence in the in their own 22. So police, no doubt, will want to try and capitalize from this situation.
So one down for Sia. So it'll be an opportunity for police if they can get this line out right. Sia now will be mindful in that line outs as well, contesting already, giving away a yellow card. Police pushing them back. And Sia managed to turn over the ball off that rolling maul. The ball is good work there by the Sia forwards. It was Sharu. As soon as it was marginal before the line out came down, he straight away went in the ball in the air. If you can see a replay of that line out.
Yes, there just seemed to be some hesitation by police from that line out, and that was just gave CRNFC enough time to mount a bit of pressure and not allow the police ruck or maul rather to form. Some good work by the CR forwards on that occasion. Now they'll be down to 7 men in the scrum. So let's see whether the police will try and apply a bit of pressure on this CR scrum. If they can just get some good clean ball for Mubarak to clear the lines, it's going to be very important. Yes, you can see that police are very eager to get into the battle. They do know that they have that extra man advantage which they need to make use of. But at the same time, they just got to be a bit careful that they don't drive too early, because that could result in them being penalized. So again, just a bit of composure by police will do them no harm whatsoever. They do have that extra man advantage, but they've just got to make it count in a sensible way by not being over enthusiastic.
Yes, Gunaratna now pushing off one, pushing off another. Takes 3 players to come down, but there is a police player right on top of that ball as he managed to turn over. Referee says the release and the ball was lost. Going into contact on that occasion is Jayasekara. Kavindu will look for the box kick now. Gets a good contact and the ball bounces off the police winger, but he manages to break through one, breaks through another. He can go all the way trying for the miracle offload on the occasion. Was Sachit Silva. He has so much pace, this lad. Very lucky for CRNFC. Sia now will try to build from scratch through Himanta Hirushan. Here's Mubarak now. Good kick into touch, gains about good 40 meters on the fly. Good contact off the boot as well. Sachit Silva initially smothering that kick. Look at this. 1, 2, steps off another 3. And that miracle, trying that miracle offload in not that good conditions. Could have held the ball, and that would have been danger time for Sia Abdullah.
It's again just forcing the issue, isn't it, Dino? It's not the kind of conditions that you'd want to force the issue. You've just got to keep your composure, have trust in your team to build up the phases. Because if you just try and force the issue in these conditions, you're not going to get much traction given the underfoot situation. Again, police going out wide. Vunisova making a chip ahead, but Mubarak perfectly placed. Does extremely well, just shows his experience, holds on to the ball. They've created another phase. Chandimal spreads the ball out wide to Jayasekara. Trying to make a bit of gainway, but well held by the police defense. Kavindu using his right boot, playing the territorial game. Again, Hiroshan Silva just making a break once again. But the ball was deemed to be out of that ruck, so CRNFC turned position over. Chandimal playing the ball. Again, Chetia making a break. Does well to recycle position. Again, short pass. Another pass to the forwards. Just keeping it tight is CRNFC, playing it smart, showing some good patience.
Here's Chanaka Chandimal now going into contact. And that's a knock forward as the rain has increased at a couple of knots more, pelting down here in Colombo. It has been the case for the past few weeks now. Good for a good evening nap, but not that good for the players out there. It's just 33 minutes on our clock. We had an early start today, 3:45 kickoff to counter the weather. But looks like it will keep coming down in the next few minutes as well. As police now Here's Vani Vasa throwing that ball out wide once again, trying to play expansive rugby. Police. Going into contact is Janit Chanaka. Still looking for options. They look to clear this ball off the ruck. No going into contact. Now Police through Saranga will kick this ball in the air. Kasun Saranga. Good pick up there by Sandun Herat. Goes into contact and into touch as well. Will be a line out for Police. They've taken this quickly. But the referee calls back play.
Yes, so Police getting out of jail on that occasion. Again, just trying to run the ball from just outside their 22. Dino, not very clever at all in these conditions. Almost paid the price, but managed to reclaim position and clear their lines. So throw in for Police from this line out. Cleanly collected.
Police pushing Sia back. Here's an opportunity now, giving it out wide for Silva. Silva giving it back into Erosion. Silva, the skipper. That's Sachit Silva giving it back to Erosion. Police slowing the ball down. Saranga now comes in. Trying to go into contact is Mohan Vimalaratna. Here's Police once again. Using their big men in centre field. They can't go much out wide. Looking for options. And for would-be runners on the outside is Police. Saranga once again to Danushka Idrissurya, has done a lot of ball carrying today. Here's the ball outside now. Trying to put to boot as Jan into Dilshan. Tries to catch the ball on the ground, and another penalty for Police.
It's an interesting call on that occasion. Obstruction seems to be the call that referee Ratner is indicating. But it's all very slow, isn't it, Dinuk, in these conditions? Both teams, I don't think, have managed to quite sort themselves out and adjust. Of course, it's very understandable because it's not very easy conditions to play rugby in. Police just managing to find touch. We're just about 2.5 minutes away. So on that occasion, I think it's Dino Kamarasinghe who was judged to have deliberately blocked or shepherded one of his own players, as it were. It's one of those 50-50 calls, you'd have to say, that went against CRNFC. But nonetheless, an opportunity for Police to try and get some points on the board just before half-time. Line out cleanly taken. Set themselves up for a driving maul. So far, the CRNFC's line out defense has been very good.
Couple of pick and drives there as well. Here's Saranga now looking for options. Has Udara Surya Perum on the outside. He switches it out wide. He has an opportunity now to Vani Vasa. Vani Vasa gives it out wide, but he leaves the ball behind. And Silva there. That's the X factor that this Fijian brings in. Look at this break. Just show and go. Couple of would-be tacklers leaving him back. A good pass in front of the player, but greasy ball for Sachit Silva to pick it up.
Yes, I think police just need to try and do a bit more of that, isn't it? Just try and create a bit of space for Vonisova. That's something they haven't done thus far in this half. And it just shows there wasn't much space, but just a one-on-one situation, he just has so much quality and strength, managed to break that first line of defense. And again, probably he would have done well to back himself up from that occasion, just to try and break the final line of defense as well, deciding to pass. But unfortunately, I think it was Chandimal who didn't manage to cling on to the ball.
CRNFC back to full force. That'll give the option for Malka Gunaratna to pick from the back of the scrum with the 8 on the park now. Trying to play it close, Sia, and will want to end this half and go into the second half. Into touch it goes. And looks like we'll have one more play before going into half time.
Yes, the police will definitely rue that missed opportunity. Surely they'd been very happy to go into half time if they managed to get that one more score. Fortunately, just not able to cling on to that break by Vonisova, but they have got a final opportunity. They've got to make it count. Again, police on this occasion seem to be penalized. Not quite sure what that call was for Dino. Nonetheless, free kick to CRNFC. They've opted for a scrum. Probably playing extra time, so CRNFC will just probably look to pop this into touch. Going to half time with a 7-3 lead. And
not easy to get a bonus point, isn't it, in these conditions, and which can be vital in the latter part of this tournament. We are just starting off. Havelocks is the only team out of the 4 teams that have played to get a bonus point with a win. And Sia now will dominate this scrum, gives it to Sandun Herat on the outside is Omalka Gunaratna. Herat steps off one, steps off another. Herat looking for options. Leaves the ball behind, and the ball is thrown everywhere by police. Again, now they're looking for a counter attack, but the assistant referee has something to say. How are you? It's a high shot for CRNFC, for police, and there will be CRNFC a penalty for them on the 22-meter mark. It'll be an interesting call, Abdullah.
yes, I think they've got to go to the post, isn't it? Not a very difficult choice because it will be half time after this. As we have a look at that once again, that's the high shot on Sandun Herat. Sandun has looked very sharp today, hasn't he, on that right wing today?
Yeah, looks fit also, Abdullah. He was a bit out of shape at Havelocks last year. Looks like done a lot of conditioning work. Looks ripped. And that's the Sandun Herat we all knew. Scored a try against Australia, I believe, in the Commonwealth. And if he is fit, I think that'll give a lot of competition as well. Riza Rafaidin is still on the outskirts, probably after his 7th stint, giving a break before he comes into club rugby. But Sandun Herat in full throttle will give a lot of advantage for Sia. As Mubarak pushes this off the left post, and that will be half time here at Longdon Place. 7-3 on a rainy day.
Yes, it's been a really tough battle up front by both these teams. You'd have to say it's probably Police's defense that has kept them in this game. They managed to just knock CRNFC on the back foot many a time. CRNFC will be happy that they're going in to half-time with a 7-3 lead, but probably not too much with the overall performance. But again, just both these teams just don't seem to have got the correct tactics right, to play in these conditions. There have been some crucial breaks where they managed to get over the first line of defense. As we have a look at the highlights of this first half, Police going into the lead, 7-3, and then Janindu Dilshan, courtesy of some good patience shown by CR in attack, managing to draw that Police defense in and create some space out wide, and Ariza Mubarak making no mistake with the conversion. So that's just it for at half-time. Not a lot of scoring as you would have seen from that highlight reel. But hopefully we'll have a better game in the second half. And it'll 7-3 at half-time. We'll be back with you with the second half action after this break.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்தில்
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිප්පදාස
ඇඩ්මෝරටුව පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය
கிழக்கு மாகாணம்
Sugaddas Indoor Stadium
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
කුරුණෑගල සිරි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Fabri.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නූරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයට.
Final showdown Candy Sports Club
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
Not loaded also. He promised one ticket to Dino to his No, for us, wait.
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්?
Shangri-La.
5කින්
No. I am not asking you to take to Shangri-La.
நேரடி ஒளிபரப்பு யாழ்ப்பாணத்தில்
මාතර කොටවිල ගම්පියසට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා.
සිප්පදාස
ඇඩ්මෝරටුව
පියගම මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ක්‍රීඩාංගණය
கிழக்கு மாகாணம்
Sugaddas Indoor Stadium
is the Fox Hill Supercross.
කුරුණෑගල සිරි ඇතුගල් පුරවරය
Fabri.com අපි අද ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ නූරෙලිය ප්‍රදේශයට.
Final showdown Candy Sports Club
පොළොන්නරුව ජාතික සංකීර්ණයේ සිට
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவர்களின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் ஒளியின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/thepapare-tamil.
Dialog television ගෙන එන්න sports action movie drama සෑමදේ සති දෙකක් බලන්නයි යන්නේ CI තෑගි උතුරයි season එක fun එකේම ඉන්නයි මෙම දීමනාව SMS මගින් activate කරන්න පුළුවන් My Dialog app එකෙන් activate කළොත් අමතර 125ක discount එක ඔබත් activate කරගන්න වටිනා තෑගි දිනා ගන්න
ක්‍රීඩාවා සම්බන්ධ කතන්දර දැනගෙන හිටියට විතරක් මදි. ඒවා ලෝකෙටම ඇහෙන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රමයක් ගැනයි මේ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම නෙමෙයි, මුදල් උපයන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන රසකතා දන්නවා නම් ඒවා නිර්මාණශීලීව රූප මාධ්‍යයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න අපට 0777 822 777 නැත්නම් ඊමේල් කරන්න careers@thepapare.co. thepapare.co ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්ම.
ලොව සෑම තැන ඇති රසකැන්දා Dialog television ගෙන එන්න sports action movie drama සෑමදේ සති දෙකක් බලන්නයි යන්නේ CI තෑගි උතුරයි season එක fun එකේම ඉන්නයි මෙම දීමනාව SMS මගින් activate කරන්න පුළුවන් My Dialog app එකෙන් activate කළොත් අමතර 125ක discount එක ඔබත් activate කරගන්න වටිනා තෑගි දිනා ගන්න
Welcome back. Good evening. It's the Dialog Club Rugby League 2019-2020 coming to you live on thepapare.com and Dialog TV Channel 1, CR and FC. Kicking off now from left to right with 7 points to 3 lead as the rain has ceased. But underfoot conditions will still remain the same until these boys get those water off the paddock. Just running on top of it. Here's Vasa now going into contact, looking for opportunities now. Here's Silva. A lovely offload, but going into touch. A very dangerous team, this police team, when they have ball in hand. Never mind the conditions.
That's right, but again, they just don't seem to have learned their lessons from that first half, isn't it, Dino? Again, just forcing the issue after they have made the break. They've got to be a bit more patient. Just try and create another phase. And just bide their time, hold on to position, play the territorial game. Both teams were guilty of not doing that enough in that first half. So you'd like to think that both coaching staffs would have had a word with them at half-time just to get their tactics right.
Line out good for Sia now, coming out wide to Chanaka Chandimal, drop ball. And Rux set up in centre field, coming on the Far side for Omalka Gunaratna. Here's CRNFC now on the attack on the 50-meter mark. Looking for options once again. Breaking through a couple of players. He's Jayasekara and Jayasekara now. Joel Pereira going into contact. Sia have come about 10 meters up now. Hirushan pushes off one, pushes off another. Here's Chanaka Chandimal, quick ball out wide to Ariza Mubarak. Mubarak shifts this out wide to Dino Kumara looking for the switch of Sandun Herat, but the ball has been tapped. And Kasun Saranga now trying to bump his way through. Contact as his knees hit the ground, and the player will be released as police recover. Rasit Silva now going into contact. Here's Saranga looking for options. Has plenty of space at the back. If he's interested, yes he is. And Sandun Herat now just drops back a bit, waiting for the kick to come, but good take there by Vihanga Pivituru going in and taking the high ball. Here's Vunivosa, lovely pickup, looking for players on the outside, has Silva with him. He gives it outside to Janit Chandimal, who will take this ball into contact. Police looking dangerous in this second half, starting off well as Mohan goes into contact. Here's Rasit once again on the 40-meter mark on the other side now. Police looking for options. Good pick and drive there by Surya Perma. Another pick and drive by Police, trying to play this nice and close. Put Sia on defense. Now the ball comes out once again. Has Vunivosa on the outside. Vunivosa is dangerous. He's Pivituru. Goes into the 22-meter mark. Releases and picks up. A big unit, this guy, at 10 for Police. And with Vunivosa on the outside, a deadly combination. Again going into contact, Police. Saranga looking for options. Long ball out wide to Vunivosa. Yes, Janit off to Vagisha Veerasinghe. Shot to Fernando. That's a ruck form, and Fernando just put his hand into the ruck, quickly taken by Vunivosa once again, and gives it to Rasit, who takes the ball into contact just inches close to the try line now. Police. And referee blows for a whistle. And not sure exactly what the reason is, but in the meantime, Police have made a change as
So it looks like there may have been an injury to one of the players. Coming back to Police's gameplay at Dinuk, I'd like to see them using Vunivosa a bit more in the outer channels. I think he's playing the game far too close to the breakdown, which is just not giving him that space that he needs to make those breaks. If they can just create those one-on-one situations, I think he's just got some raw power which he can use, and some pace as well that will definitely benefit Police Sports Club. So seems to have been a penalty for not releasing, or hands in the ruck as it were. So Chandimal just pops that ball into touch. And a 5-meter line out for police.
Rugby's very own platform, the Papre Rugby, is where you can see all the action of the Dialog Interclub Rugby League 2019-2020. www.facebook.com/the Papre Rugby is where you can get all the information. As police now will have a very good platform on the 5-meter mark for a line out if they can push this through. But they need to get the line out right. As Lahiru Pavitra will throw this ball into the line out. Gets it nice and clean. Sia contesting, but police have managed to set up the maul and pushing towards the touchline. Sia, the second shove will be important. Now police have got momentum here and they are over the line. Looks like it's Rasit Silva who has scored that try for police. He did a lot of ball carries in the initial few plays, but eventually have scored one for police.
Yes, a very well structured maul. Initially not making much ground, but they showed some good patience and eventually managing to drive over. So Police Sports Club will be very pleased with that effort of theirs. That's really the first successful driving maul which we have seen, Dino, in this game. Both teams so far haven't been able to execute it that well, but police on that occasion at the crucial moment just managing to do so, and with that we will go into the lead 8 points to 7. Conversion to come, and CRNFC will be under a bit of pressure from this moment onwards. Driving maul, a very effective weapon, even when conditions are dry, but especially with these wet situations where it's very hard to spread the ball out wide. A 5-meter line out is absolutely priceless, as police showed on that occasion.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not very usual to see a team of Dushant Liuke not using the driving maul to good effect. And the kick has been pushed through the left post once again, has the distance. Here's that replay of the driving maul. Police. Not great body positions to start off with Abdullah, but then once they got the momentum, it was a bit too hard for Sia to stop.
Yeah, that's right. I think they managed to find a bit of momentum, as you said, Dino, on the far side when Sia just did not manage to keep their shape in defense. They all drifted towards one side of the maul, and that just enabled police to use the space on the left flank, on the right flank rather, and just managing to find enough room to go over. So with that, police go into the lead, 8 points to 7. A long kickoff and again a knock on. This is just really poor by Kasun Saranga on that occasion. Just after scoring, you want to collect the ball cleanly, boot it back into Sia's half, but that is not been the case, and it's another great attacking opportunity for CRNFC. Try and strike back immediately. The rain just bucketing down here at Longdon Place. It's been relentless as we have a look at that kickoff. A nice long hanging kick with a lot of distance and just a lack of concentration really more than anything by Saranga. There was not much pressure on him either.
That's a Sri Lankan thing, isn't it? You score a try, come back, and then just shift to another part of the field and then forget about how hard you worked to score that try. And this is a great opportunity for Sianu to get back here. So Malka Gunaratna pushes off one, pushes off another, takes about 3 to bring him down and places the ball. And now CRNFC will try and use their forwards for Kalpala pick and drives. And police have managed to stop before in the first half. As again going into contact, Sia trying to pick and drive again and knocking the ball off. Opportunity for police now going into contact. Referee wants it to release, and Saranga will have the opportunity now if to get this ball out of his own half, but not getting good contact.
Yes, but he'll come back for the advantage. The knock on by CRNFC. So unfortunate for Sia on that occasion. They just seem to have the opportunity to try and get a try, but at that crucial moment, knocking the ball on. It's very tough conditions to play this game. It's just that it could very well come down to which team makes a crucial error close to their try line. It's just one of those situations, just a single point in it. Skipper Gunaratne seems to have gone down, but back up on his feet. So we have a look at that once again. Nice pick and go by Sia, but I think it was good. Gunaratne on that occasion, just probably getting himself caught between two defenders. Or was it Himesh Irushan on that occasion, just knocking the ball on? So Police's defense, Dino, on their try line has been very good today. CR have had a couple of opportunities, or more than a couple rather, but just haven't been able to make it count. Police have stoically defended their try line. Now another great opportunity for them to just clear their lines.
Yeah, that's what have kept them so far just a point ahead in this game. And that start off by Police, where they parked themselves inside the Sia half for about good 10 minutes and didn't give any momentum to Sia to start off well. And from there on, Sia have tried every bit, but Police have managed to stay in good set with their defense. Here's Saranga now. Keeps the ball in play. A good take there by Police once again in the air on the 22-meter mark. Saranga will look to clear once again. Try and work a bit of angle. His box kicking in the second half. This time a better one. Good take there by Chetia. And penalty for CRNFC this time for not releasing.
Yes, that's very clearly the correct call by Gunaratne. The tackler has got to release the ball carrier, and that definitely did not happen on that occasion. So decision time for CRNFC. Will they go to the post? Will they go for touch? It's well within Riza's range. Just not sure he has the confidence with the wet ball.
Yeah, Dushant Liuke wanted to go for post. But Riza Mubarak just indicated that underfoot conditions is not that great for him to take the kick. So he puts the ball into touch and gives CR a good opportunity now if they can to get the rolling ball going on. Rahul De Silva comes in place of Kavindu Di Costa at scrum half, as line out goes off straight to Sharo Fernando. Police trying to turn over ball here, but Sia have managed to keep possession. Joel Pereira taking the ball into contact on the 5-meter mark for CRNFC. Rahul gives it to skipper Omalka Gunaratna on the base of the post. Here's Chandimal now off to Riza Mubarak. Good tackle on him. This time not being that patient, giving the ball out wide straight away and losing about 5 meters. Guy and Jazz Sekara going into contact. Here's Hemanta Hirushan taking into contact. Here's Gunaratna now pushing off Vasa, pushing off a couple more to get into to the 10-meter mark once again. Here's Chandimal giving it inside to Pandukangamana, who leaves the ball behind, but referee played advantage for CRNFC. Dushant Liuke, the coach, is pointing at the post. It all come to Riza Mubarak.
Yes, and in the middle of all that, looks like police prop forward. Or is it Lahiro Pavitra has been shown the yellow card for a high tackle. So police could be down to 10 men again for the next 10 minutes. And on this occasion, Riza has no hesitation in going for the post.
He was compelled to go for 3 points. And much closer, isn't it? And just off the right post for him.
In these conditions, I think any chance you have to go for the post and get some points is you've got to take it, isn't it? Whether it doesn't even hit the mark, it'll just come back to a 22-meter dropout. So it's a chance that you've got to take whenever possible. But Riza really should not have too much trouble with this kick. Strikes it well, safe at houses, and with that, CRNFC once again will go into the lead, 10 points to 8, and they'll be having an extra man advantage for the next 9.5 minutes or so as well. So they've got to make it count.
Here's that kick once again. Simplest techniques that you'll see for a kicker, Riza Mubarak. Couple of steps, good body position, has a lovely follow through. One of the best place kickers in Sri Lanka after Nalaka Virakodi. Riza Mubarak puts Sia in front, 2 points ahead. Vasa kicks, and good take this time by the skipper Omalka Gunaratna. Going into contact. Rahul will put the box kick in. Gives a lot of height to Sandun Herat, but it's out on the full. And police trying to take this quickly. They have. It's a great opportunity for police. Trying to draw and pass is Sachit Silva. Ball comes in for police. It's an interesting choice by the policeman to take the quick throw in these conditions. Would have used that rolling ball, which came into good effect, put the ball into touch, but trying to play the game and surprise the CRNFC team. Now referee playing advantage for police, so that will give another opportunity now. They will want to test and run on this occasion, as we are about 22 minutes left on our clock. Sia just flying through off those ruck, and police once again trying to take it quickly. It'll be interesting choice. They will go for the post or go into touch, and they're going in for 3 points. Want to get the lead back, police. Not a bad option.
Yes, not a bad option. Not just in terms of the points, but they'll also help to run the clock down as well. They'll want to play these next 7 or so minutes carefully and not concede any points. Being 14 players, been down to 14 players as well. I'm sure they would have been tempted to go towards the corner for another driving line out, considering the success they had last time as well. But I think Sena Council has prevailed and they have decided to go to the post. If there's any points you can get in these conditions, is going to be absolutely crucial. It's, as you can see, it's been a very low-scoring game due to the weather and the underground conditions. So Chandimal strikes, but unfortunately not managing to find the mark. So another reprieve for CRNFC. These missed kicks could prove crucial in the final analysis. So we've entered the final quarter of this game. It's been a real battle of attrition between the forwards of both teams. It's been a relatively even game, isn't it? I don't think any team has dominated the other more so than either one of these teams.
Changes coming up for CRNFC. Gayan Jayasekar has been taken out. And also another change, Sharo Fernando also goes out. As CR restart. And here's Vonivosa. Vonivosa trying to put the accelerator on and trying the miracle offload once again. Vonivosa knock forwards. Advantage for CRNFC now.
Well, it's not the conditions you want to do it, but again, Vunisova just trying to create something. Police definitely have not made use of him in this game, have they? I think tactically they haven't used him that well. It's good defensive work by Dilshan on that occasion, tracking Vunisova brilliantly, forcing him to make that pass. Fortunately, from Police's point of view, Sadun Herat got a hand in there and knocked it on. So another attacking opportunity just on the halfway mark for Police. Big scrum by both teams. Referee deciding to reset it.
Get your brand recognized with Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub and advertise with the papre.com. You can call Mudita on 0777 331810 or email modita.veerasinha@dialog.lk, where you can advertise on this club rugby league. As Kasun Saranga shifts this out wide to Vonivosa now. Vonivosa trying to double up a wrap around and create something on the outside. As Janik Chandimal runs into Gamunu Chetia. Here's Saranga now, looking for opportunities through Muhammad Dean. Police want to set up that ball in center field and use Vonivosa on the outside. Vonivosa giving it out wide and pushing off one is Eroshan Silva, the skipper. Police on the 10-meter mark, trying to use their hands. Ball going backwards once again to Janik Chandimal. I just threw a pass that nothing could have done there by the Police winger, and he was pushed into touch.
Really poor play by Police on that occasion. They were just trying to go end to end, not making any ground, and in these conditions you just cannot afford to do that. It's also very interesting that they seem to be using Monisova as the first receiver. And he just seems to be more distributed than actually an impact runner, which is a bit hard to fathom really, because his real value to this police outfit will be in the outer channels. But for some reason, they just seem to be using him as a distributor alone. And it's been rather easy for police, for CRNFC to nullify the threat that he poses as a result.
Yeah, exactly. We'd like to have him as a good ball carrier. That's why he has been named in the centers. And by trying to get him too much ball, they're trying and bringing him as the first receiver. And it's a knock forward, so that'll be Sia's ball for a scrum.
And in the previous scrum as well, they were trying a wraparound move in these conditions, and there was no way. They never looked as if they were going to make any headway in these conditions. You've just got to ensure that you take the direct route as far as possible. Just try and get over the gain line, play it at close quarters, or if you are in your own half, just use an up and under, because that's a tactic that none of these teams have used so far in this game. And given the conditions, I think they will get value for money if they use it properly. A big scrum by CRNFC on that occasion. Big scrum. And the referee Gunaratna has his hand out. So CRNFC with a freebie, just an opportunity. Throw caution to the wind and try and create something. Omalka, good hands to Janidu Dilshan. Dino Kumara Singha takes the ball in. CRNFC just a few meters away from their goal line. They do have numbers out wide. Hirushan takes the ball in. Referee Gunaratna yet playing advantage. Chandimal. Lovely hands. Omalka Gunaratna to Sandun Herat. Cuts in. Looks like the referee will be coming back for the advantage. He's asking where exactly they want the penalty. There were at least a couple of infringements by police. You'd have to say, Dino, if they do have an opportunity, they've got to go for the points. If it's within Riza's kicking radar. So it looks like they'll be penalized for a high tackle. So a couple of good phases by CRNFC. Some nice touches. First by Omalka. Then Janindu. Diluk just taking the ball in.
And then that was a very good move there, Abdullah. Not looking for that miracle out ball on the outside would have been an easy choice for the defender. But trying to keep the ball in play, have milked another penalty there, Sia.
So CRNFC have opted for a scrum based on what happened at the last scrum which they had. Sure, they'll try and apply a bit of pressure, but the ball just squirts out. They go out wide. Again, some good defense by police. CRNFC just recover possession, but again hit behind the gain line. But more importantly, they managed to secure possession. Rahul just evaluating the options, taking the ball into contact. CRNFC create another phase. Forwards have been called in to just try and use the pick and go on the fringes to try and draw the police defense in. They do manage to get over the gain line. Another pick and go. CRNFC just need to be a bit patient. Take the ball in is skipper Gunaratna. Rahul De Silva just marshalling his forwards to get into position. Shara Fernando just taking the ball into contact. Chandimal to Riza Mubarak. Oh, good defense by police on that occasion. Just bundling Riza into touch. Riza would have done well to try and straighten the line out a bit on that occasion. Unfortunately, just trying to get round his man, but on that occasion, Eroshan Fernando was up to it.
A good tackle by the skipper. And one thing that these policemen have done is Abdullah is defense. They have been solid on defense and kept Sia on bay for few more than 5 times from the first half itself. And now they have an opportunity to clear their lines as we come to the last 10 minutes of the game. As police trying to push back. CRNFC and bringing back to Nalini Kumara, who has come in, played for Sia last season. Sri Lanka's largest video collection now with Dialog Viu with no data charges. You can download the Dialog Viu app on Google Play and the App Store. As Sia throw the line out, ball comes in front as Supanwarna Kulasurya throws that long pass, and police have managed to turn over ball and put the kick behind. Ariza Mubarak at the back, and he will reply with another kick as Saranga now will kick again. Sandun Herat and Rahul Silva eyeing that, and Rahul gets the kick with a perfect technique, and referee playing advantage for another penalty for CRNFC. Quickly taken by Janindu Dilshan, gives it out wide to Gamunu Chetia. It's going to be hard to stop. Gamunu Chetia will score the second try of the game and the second for CRNFC. Good thinking there by Janindu Dilshan. Quick tap taken, saw the space, saw the man, and this is what the vision of Janindu Dilshan. He's a fantastic player and gives the ball out wide to Gamunu to score.
Absolutely, just caught the entire police defense snapping. They never expected the CR player to take a quick tap, but Janindu just having the presence of mind to identify that the police defense had turned their backs from that penalty and taking the quick tap, and he had Chetia on his outside flank and just drew the final defender beautifully and handed for Chetia, who had enough of speed to go under the post, and Ariza with the conversion to come. An opportunity for CRNFC to extend their points tally to 17 points, and Ariza makes no mistake. So it's 17 points to 8, and what a crucial try that could very well turn out to be, Dino.
Could be the match-winning try. Look at this, quick tap taken, no one in front of them. Police were just watching. A lovely decision there by Janindu Dilshan, and then Gamunu Chetia. He has too much pace, this lad. It was hard to stop from there on. And CRNFC score their second try.
It's probably that exposure at international level in the Sevens game that probably benefited Janindu on that occasion, just to identify the space. The entire police defensive line was up. There was no one backtracking. Janindu just had the presence of mind to identify the space, take the quick tap, and draw the final defender for Chetia to go over. And how crucial could that bit of decision making prove for CRNFC in these games?
17 points to 8. Omalka Gunaratna now bundling his way up to the 40-meter mark. Sia now looking confident. Here's Chandimal looking for that wide cutout pass once again to Dilshan. The guy who created some magic has been pushed into touch. And again, if you see the body languages of both these teams, Sia look fit, and Police now just going into that latter part from about that 65th minute. There were just a few players hands on knees, conditioning coming into play.
Yeah, that's right. And I think that final score by Chaitya would also have had a psychological impact on the Police team, isn't it? Because in these conditions, Police have to score twice now. And with just 6 minutes to go in these conditions, that's a tall ask. And Pavitra hasn't helped their cause by sending that crooked throw. It's another opportunity for CRNFC. Just seem to have their tails up now. You can see the body language of both these teams. Police seem to be a bit gutted, but CRNFC, a lot of life. They're just coming to life after that second try.
Sia feeding the ball into the scrum. Police have managed. It'll be a scrum reset. It looked like for a moment that the ball was coming off Police's way because one of the Sia players kicked it in front.
I think Rahul's presence in the second half has also had an impact, isn't it, Dino? He just seems to be able to organize the forwards much better. It's the kind of tactical nous that you need in these conditions. Just knows how to slow the game. But he reads the play extremely well. He manages to get the forwards in the correct positions at the correct time. Not just doesn't easily just fling the ball to his three quarters as well. So I think that has played an impact, that substitution.
Himanta Hirushan and Supun Varnakulasuriya taken out. Yeah, correctly said. Rahul has brought in more control into this Sia chaos and has directed his forwards well. Here's Rahul once again. A lovely inside ball is a good interception by Vasa, but knocked forward. And referee playing advantage. For Police, and Rahul just holding that player at the back, so it'll be a yellow card. Just praising him a couple of seconds ago and he gets a yellow card.
I think it's a bit harsh. Probably a replay would give us indication whether it was actually as high or dangerous as it when it warranted a yellow card. But again, don't think it was above the shoulders. So probably a bit unlucky, but nonetheless, Sia will be pleased that he was there on that occasion to make that tackle at that particular moment, because a couple of steps more and Bunisova would have been away. So for the remainder of this game, CRNFC will be down to 14 players. Advantage against Police, just guilty of infringing in at the line out. Referee still playing advantage. And looks like they're going to be penalized again. The referee has already warned them a couple of times. They were carded for that infringement once as in the first half as well. So another great attacking opportunity for Police. They scored on the other flank from a 5-meter driving maul as well, and I'm sure they'll look to execute a similar drive on this occasion as well.
Yeah, something that they want to play this game in a hurry. The next 2 to 3 minutes, if they can score here, Police, that could bring them back closer to the target. Another penalty, and Sia might be in a danger of losing another player to the sin bin if they continue to do this. Nalin Kumara will keep on kicking to touch as Police this time again throw into the front, looking to set up a driving maul. going to the same side that spun them a try last early in this half. This time the body positions are good, but brought down to ground in the end. Pick and drive by Rasit. Pavitra using their forwards. Police inches close to the try line now. Will want to have the magic of Vonivosa at some point. Here it is. A lovely inside ball from Vonivosa to get a try. As the try scored on that occasion. Is Sujan Kodituaku. A lovely inside ball there by Vonivosa.
So he just showed what he can do, but really, police have only themselves to blame for not making maximum use of Unisova. Police, unfortunately, on that occasion, just managing to use him. He managed to create a bit of space. And looks like it's the final move of the game because police deciding not to take the kick to the conversion. So 13 points to 17 is the score. And we're probably in the final play of the game. So nice long deep kick.
Here's police looking for options through their skipper Erosion Silva. Have the guts or put in a situation that they have to run from their own half. Here's Vonivosa stepping off one, but he offloads to a CR player. Police still having the ball in hand. Referee playing advantage. Vonivosa putting this out wide to Janit Chandimal. He cuts back in looking for support. Vonivosa again, a lovely hand now. Very close to the touchline. Police 13 points to 17, almost up. And that's a knock forward, but there'll be a penalty coming up for police.
So crucial decision to be made. Looks like he's going to go to the pocket again for deliberate knock on. I think it's Rehan Veerakon, the substitute, who will be sent to the sin bin for that deliberate infringement. So an final attacking opportunity for police. Just need to make sure they get the ball into touch, which is done. So another attacking opportunity.
Police have managed to get the line out right this time. In front they go on the 50-meter mark, 50 more meters to go. And this time the ball is lost forward. And CRNFC will just have to put this ball into touch and finish the game. Yes, they have, and they win by 4 points in a nail-biter here at Longdon Place. Abdullah, we have to select a man of the match.
Yes, it's been a tough game to call really in terms of individual performances. I thought the CR8 did reasonably well. Hirushan was very good as well. I thought Jayasekara carried extremely well from CR's point of view. But probably for his overall play around the field, I thought Angamana was pretty impressive. His work rate at the breakdown was very good in these soggy conditions. I thought his lifting at line-out time also was relatively good. So I think the entire CR8 would probably take a lot out of this game in terms of effort. But probably Angamana probably stood out from that 8 as well. So a hard-fought win for CRNFC. They will be pretty pleased with the result. May not be with the overall performance, but given the conditions and this police outfit being a potential banana skin game for them, they will be very happy with the win.
Yeah, exactly. Our Dialog Viu player of the match today is Pandu Kangammana for CRNFC. 17 points to 13. That's how it finished in favor of the home team, CR. That will put the monkey on the back to win the first game of the season in 2019-2020. And they'll have to work a lot more in the coming few weeks. Here's the second half highlights. Ariza Mubarak kicked off the second half, and it was Police who had the first say in the second half through a try in the far corner. Through Rasit Silva. Then it all looked shambles for Sia at that point. But then Sia came back through this penalty of Ariza Mubarak. And then again through this bit of excellent vision of Janindu Dilshan off to Gamunu Chetia. It's good to see these youngsters working together. Second year in club rugby. And they've created some spark, a lot of understanding between these two players as well. And that was the last try for Sia for 17 points to 13. And then Police came back through Vasa. A lovely show and an inside pass to Kodituakku. Sujan Kodituakku scoring that try. At this point it looked that Police could have come back, and they did up until the 50-meter mark, but couldn't go all the way. 17 points to 13, that's how that finished. 2 tries apiece for both teams, 2 conversions to 0 conversions for Police. That's where the change of scores have been. Penalty each, and then our Dialog Viu player of the match, Panduka Angammana. So that will bring our coverage on the papre.com Dialog Channel 1 for today. As Sia win their first game of the Dialog Interclub Rugby League tournament for 2019-2020 by just 4 points. And as we lot to look forward to coming up next week in week 2 of the Dialog Club Rugby League. Signing off from myself, Dinuk Bhaskaran and Abdullah Yusuf, along with the Papre crew from Longdon Place. Good night.